Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a full face glam foundation routine for problematic skin. And when I say problematic skin, I mean eczema, I mean combo oily skin, I mean acne prone skin. I have all of those things and it's very, very frustrating for me, and it took me a very long time for me to figure out what my tried and true products are that really, really work for me. And I just wanted to share it with you guys so that I could help somebody out there because I feel the struggle. If you guys want to learn how to get this full coverage glam, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, let's just jump right into this video. So I'm going to start by prepping my skin with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream here. You guys have probably seen this all over the internet. I was using Longwear for a while because I'm bougie and I bought it on a 25% off sale that Sephora was having. Honestly, it's a nice moisturizer, but it's not worth the money. So I was like, let me look for something a little bit less expensive, but that's still gonna be like clean for my skin. So I literally just take this, usually on my middle finger, and I will start to tap this into my skin where I have my eczema, and my eczema is localized generally underneath my mouth from corner to corner. So it's about this area here. This half of my face uses different products than this half of my face. So it's more like 2/3 and 1/3, but you get what I mean. So the reason why I do the hydrating step first is because I like to prep my skin where it's more combination oily with a matte rescue gel from Benefit, and this is amazing for controlling oil. And if I have any residue of this on my hands even after I wipe it off when I'm moisturizing, then it would be kind of counterintuitive because I'd be transferring product that's oil controlling on the area that is very dry. So it's okay for me to transfer a little moisturizer on the areas where I'm a little oily than the opposite. So that's why I do these steps in a very specific order. And I literally just place this all over the T-zone and move my way out. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I've been using MAC Studio Fix Fluid since literally like 9 years ago, and I love it. I'm using the shade C40, which is a new shade, yeah. This is a brand new shade they just came out with. It has a lot more olive than the regular NC line. I've been using this Morphe brush here. It's a big like buffer brush, and I just use this to apply my foundation, and I like to start in the center and work my way out. And I'll apply a little bit to my eyelids. You'll see a huge difference here. Like, look at the difference that's made already. Now, because I have acne prone skin, I used to break out a lot under here, and then when I got eczema, I don't really break out here. And now I've been breaking out a lot on my forehead, which is very rare. I never used to break out on my forehead. If you have dry skin like I do with my eczema, this is literally the best foundation that I've found, and it doesn't crack. It smooths it out very nicely, and it is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Stick Foundation, and I have it in 2 colors. Reason being is because I like to highlight with one color and I use this to cover. So the shade that matches my skin is Y365. And it has a little bit of a yellow base. It's kind of like a medium shade. And then I have the Y225, which was formerly known as 117 here. And this is gonna be my highlight shade. What I like to do is I usually will wipe off the top layer because of the possibility that there could be, this might sound gross, but there could be like skin on the stick, and I don't want to transfer dead skin onto my face in general, just in general. Even if you don't have eczema, it's just a lot more severe for me because I have more eczema in this area. But I literally will go from corner to corner. It almost like does the work for me. And I use a separate brush for this step because I don't want any residue from my Studio Fix Fluid, which is going to control the oil on this area. I want to just concentrate it with, you know, its own brush. And this is the Real Techniques contour brush here, and I just use this to press this product in. I like to press the product in this area because I find that it doesn't aggravate the eczema as much as swiping would. I just like to go over my lips so I have a blank canvas. And then I'll just go in with a tiny bit of the lighter shade. Let me wipe this one off. And I'll just do a line down. Perfect. So that is all I do for this area to cover. The concealers I've been absolutely loving recently are the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and the new Jeffree Starr concealer is so bomb. This is in the shade C12, this is in the shade Vanilla. So just for the sake of this video, I'm going to use both because I really like both. The Vanilla doesn't give me as much of a highlight, so it's a little bit more natural. I love having a concealer that's like still gives me a little brightness but isn't like obnoxiously bright, for when I still just want a little bit of that extra boost. And this is really cool, this applicator here, because it's a really interesting shape and it has that hole in the center, so you're able to really scoop up as much product as possible. And I will add a little bit down the center, and again, I don't need to touch this area because I've already done that. So I'm just gonna take my trusty beauty blender. This one's a little dirty, don't judge. And I am going to press this underneath my eye. Now this one is not super wet. It's like kind of still damp from the day before. And I love that for concealer because I feel like it really keeps the coverage super full, as opposed to a wet one, which will pick up some of the product and make it a little less intense. So now it's time to set. I've been using the It by Pores pressed powder, and this is like a translucent powder. So I'm going to be using a MAC 133 brush, and I literally just kind of like coat both sides of the brush. I press this under my eyes and I work my way back, and I kind of do it in layers. So I'll go up here, then go down a little lower and go up, and then go down a little lower and go up. So I really get all corners, and then I will add the extra on my eyelid. So now I'm totally set over here. So let me do the other side. And then the T-zone. So if I decide to set the area where my eczema is, I'll barely do it, and I'll use a clean brush that I dedicate to it. This is the 116 brush by MAC, and this is the Next to Nothing pressed powder by MAC. This is the only powder that I found that doesn't over dry my skin, and I will just get rid of all that extra and go, and that's it. I literally won't touch it any more than that because I don't want it to flake, but it kind of gets rid of the excess shininess there. And then I'll set the rest of my face with Studio Fix Powder. This is my tried and true. I've been using this literally for 10 years. And I'm going to be using the Morphe E41 brush. This is literally I think my favorite brush in the whole world. Roll it in there, tap off the excess, obviously, and go in circular motions, avoiding my chin. I also use this for a really good trick that I'm going to show you in a second when I start to apply my bronzer and my blush. For bronzer, my absolute favorite right now, thanks to my sister, is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade Deep Bronze. I just like love the way this smells. And I've been using the E59 brush by Morphe to bronze, another one of my favorite brushes right now. And what I'll do is go top of the ear, corner of the mouth, stop at my eyebrow. I won't go any further than that. And just go back and forth. I will concentrate most of the product towards the back of my ear here, where my hairline is. And then you can already see some definition starting to form. And I like to go around my hairline because I like to look a little bronzy there. I am also a little bit darker naturally on my forehead than I am the rest of my face. So if I don't do this step, I feel like I look pale and kind of weird. So I just make sure that I give myself a good coating over here. Then for my nose, I kind of press the brush against the bone and the cartilage of my nose, and it kind of makes the line for me. I'm not very specific when it comes to nose contour. And if I am, it's usually for some super special occasion. So now, in between each step, I like to take my brush without any powder on it, and I just buff the edges out so it doesn't look like a harsh line. And it kind of just makes everything look super blended. For blush, I've been loving this brand called Amor. I think I'm saying that right. And this is the So Chic Matte and Shimmer Blush Duo, and this is in the color Fresh, and you get a shimmer and a matte, and this color right here is like literally so bomb. I bought this brush from my local TJ Maxx, and it's a Japanesque brush in the number 721. And I love brushes like this that are usually meant for like highlighting to apply blush. So you're gonna see the light kind of phase in and out because the sun's coming out. I go on the apples of my cheek and I brush back towards my hairline. So now you can see I have kind of like bulbs on my face. So I take that brush again and I buff this out, and it looks like super smooth now. As opposed to this side, you see the difference? Like this one's way more blended. So that's what I do in between blush and bronzer application, and I feel like it just makes my skin look a little bit more flawless. So now I'm going to highlight with my tried and true Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy Highlighter. And you guys can see I have hit pan, and I can see the waffle bottom, and that really scares me, but it's okay because I have a backup. It's literally like the best highlighter on the face of the planet. And I'm just gonna add this to the tops of my cheekbones, center of the face, and above my eyebrows. There we go. I look a little bit more normal now. So I'm just gonna put on some lashes, some lipstick, and maybe some brow gel, and I'll be right back. So I'm back with some lashes, some brows, and a lip on. And this is what it looks like all put together. And of course, this is going to be more of your full coverage glam, but I hope that this helps somebody out there because I know the struggles of having problematic skin. And obviously mine is not as severe as a lot of other people, and I understand that, but this is what I have to work with every single day because I do work in cosmetics and I do have to wear makeup for like 12 hours a day, and it can be very frustrating when you have to reapply your makeup during your lunch break because your skin is literally peeling off your face. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave me any requests in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!